Day 108, 1 Chronicle 9-12. David becomes king over Israel. 9. The people in Jerusalem. The genealogy of Saul. 10. Saul takes his life. 11. David becomes king over Israel. David conquers Jerusalem. David's mighty warriors. 12. Warriors join David. Others join David at Hebron. Point to ponder. Chapter 11 to 12 introduce David's mighty warriors and leaders who made David king. It is good to take side with those who take side with God and have God with them. Let us therefore testify our allegiance to the Lord Jesus and make ourselves his helpers without hesitation.
Chapter 9. So all Israel were reckoned by genealogies, and behold, they are written in the book of the kings of Israel. And Judah was carried away captive to Babylon for their disobedience. Now the first inhabitants who lived in their possessions in their cities were Israel, the priests, the Levites, and the Nethinim. In Jerusalem lived of the children of Judah, and of the children of Benjamin, and of the children of Ephraim and Manasseh, Uthai the son of Ammihud, the son of Omri, the son of Imri, the son of Bani, of the children of Perez, the son of Judah. Of the Shilonites, Asaiah the firstborn and his sons. Of the sons of Zerah, Jael and their brothers, 690. Of the sons of Benjamin, Salu the son of Meshullam, the son of Hodaviah, the son of Hashunua, and Benaiah the son of Jeroram, and Elah the son of Uzai, the son of Mikri, and Meshullam the son of Shephatiah, the son of Ruel, the son of Ibnijah, and their brothers, according to their generations, 956. All these men were heads of fathers' houses by their fathers' houses. Of the priests, Jediah and Jeharib, Jachin and Azariah the son of Hilkiah, the son of Meshullam, the son of Zadok, the son of Meriath, the son of Ahitub, the ruler of the house of God, and Adiah the son of Joram, the son of Pashur, the son of Malchijah, and Maasai, the son of Adiel, the son of Jasrerah, the son of Meshullam, the son of Meshillemeth, the son of Immer, and their brothers, heads of their fathers' houses, 1,760, very able men for the work of the service of the house of God. Of the Levites, Shemaiah the son of Hashab, the son of Asrikam, the son of Hashabiah, of the sons of Merari, and Bakbakar, Harish, and Galal, and Mattaniah the son of Micah, the son of Zichri, the son of Asaph, and Obadiah the son of Shemaiah, the son of Galal, the son of Jeduthun, and Berechiah the son of Asa, the son of Elkanah, who lived in the villages of the Netophathites. The porters, Shallum and Akub, and Talmon, and Ahaman, and their brothers. Shallum was the chief, who hitherto waited in the king's gate eastward, for they were the porters for the camp of the children of Levi. Shallum the son of Korah, the son of Abiasaph, the son of Korah, and his brothers, of his father's house, the Korahites, were over the work of the service, keepers of the thresholds of the tent, and their fathers had been over the camp of the Lord, keepers of the entry. Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, was ruler over them in time past, and the Lord was with him. Zechariah, the son of Meshelemiah, was porter of the door of the tent of meeting. All these who were chosen to be porters in the thresholds were 212. These were reckoned by genealogy in their villages, whom David and Samuel the seer did ordain in their office of trust. So they and their children had the oversight of the gates of the house of the Lord, even the house of the tent by wards. On the 4 sides were the porters, toward the east, west, north, and south. Their brothers and their villages were to come in every 7 days from time to time to be with them. For the 4 chief porters who were Levites were in an office of trust, and were over the chambers and over the treasuries in the house of God. They lodged round about the house of God, because the charge of it was on them, and to them pertained the opening of it morning by morning. Certain of them had charge of the vessels of service, for by count were these brought in, and by count were these taken out. Some of them also were appointed over the furniture, and over all the vessels of the sanctuary, and over the fine flour, and the wine, and the oil, and the frankincense, and the spices. Some of the sons of the priests prepared the confection of the spices. Mattathiah, one of the Levites, who was the firstborn of Shallum the Korahite, had the office of trust over the things that were baked in pans. Some of their brothers, of the sons of the Kohathites, were over the showbread, to prepare it every Sabbath. These are the singers, heads of fathers' houses of the Levites, who lived in the chambers, and were free from other service, for they were employed in their work day and night. These were heads of fathers' houses of the Levites, throughout their generations, chief men. These lived at Jerusalem. In Gibeon there lived the father of Gibeon, Jael, whose wife's name was Maachah, and his firstborn son, Abdon, and Zur, and Kish, and Baal, and Ner, and Nadab, and Gedor, and Ahio, and Zechariah, and Mikloth. Mikloth became the father of Shimeam. They lived also with their brothers in Jerusalem, over against their brothers. Ner became the father of Kish, and Kish became the father of Saul, and Saul became the father of Jonathan, and Malchishua, and Abinadab, and Eshbaal. The son of Jonathan was Merib-Baal, and Merib-Baal became the father of Micah. The sons of Micah, Pithon, and Melech, and Tereah, and Ahaz. Ahaz became the father of Jarah, and Jarah became the father of Elameth, and Asmaveth, and Zimri. And Zimri became the father of Moza, and Moza became the father of Benaiah, and Rephaiah his son, Eleasah his son, Azel his son. Azel had 6 sons, whose names are these: Azrikam, Bacharu, and Ishmael, and Shariah, and Obadiah, and Hanan. These were the sons of Azel. Chapter 10. Now the Philistines fought against Israel, and the men of Israel fled from before the Philistines, and fell down slain on Mount Gilboa. The Philistines followed hard after Saul and after his sons, and the Philistines killed Jonathan, and Abinadab, and Malchishua the sons of Saul. The battle went sore against Saul, and the archers overtook him, and he was distressed by reason of the archers. Then Saul said to his armor-bearer, Draw your sword, and thrust me through with it, lest these uncircumcised come and abuse me. But his armor-bearer would not, for he was very afraid. Therefore Saul took his sword and fell on it. When his armor-bearer saw that Saul was dead, he likewise fell on his sword and died. So Saul died, and his 3 sons, and all his house died together. When all the men of Israel who were in the valley saw that they fled, and that Saul and his sons were dead, they forsook their cities and fled, and the Philistines came and lived in them. It happened on the next day, when the Philistines came to strip the slain, that they found Saul and his sons fallen on Mount Gilboa. They stripped him, and took his head, and his armor, and sent it into the land of the Philistines round about, to carry the news to their idols and to the people. They put his armor in the house of their gods, and fastened his head in the house of Dagon. When all Jabesh-Gilead heard all that the Philistines had done to Saul, all the valiant men arose, and took away the body of Saul and the bodies of his sons, and brought them to Jabesh, and buried their bones under the oak in Jabesh, and fasted 7 days. So Saul died for his trespass which he committed against the Lord, because of the word of the Lord which he didn't keep, and also because he asked counsel of one who had a familiar spirit to inquire thereby, and didn't inquire of the Lord. Therefore he killed him, and turned the kingdom to David the son of Jesse. Chapter 11. Then all Israel gathered themselves to David to Hebron, saying, Behold, we are your bone and your flesh. In times past, even when Saul was king, it was you who led out and brought in Israel. And the Lord your God said to you, You shall be shepherd of my people Israel, and you shall be prince over my people Israel. So all the elders of Israel came to the king to Hebron, and David made a covenant with them in Hebron before the Lord. And they anointed David king over Israel, according to the word of the Lord by Samuel. David and all Israel went to Jerusalem, the same as Jebus, and the Jebusites, the inhabitants of the land, were there. The inhabitants of Jebus said to David, You shall not come in here. Nevertheless, David took the stronghold of Zion, the same is the city of David. David said, Whoever strikes the Jebusites first shall be chief and captain. Joab the son of Zeruiah went up first and was made chief. David lived in the stronghold, therefore they called it the city of David. He built the city round about, from Milo even round about, and Joab repaired the rest of the city. David grew greater and greater, for the Lord of armies was with him. Now these are the chief of the mighty men whom David had, who showed themselves strong with him in his kingdom, together with all Israel, to make him king, according to the word of the Lord concerning Israel. This is the number of the mighty men whom David had. Jashobeam, the son of a Hachmonite, the chief of the 30. He lifted up his spear against 300 and killed them at one time. After him was Eleazar the son of Dodo the Ahohite, who was one of the 3 mighty men. He was with David at Pasadamim, where the Philistines were gathered together to battle, where was a plot of ground full of barley, and the people fled from before the Philistines. They stood in the midst of the plot and defended it, and killed the Philistines, and the Lord saved them by a great victory. 3 of the 30 chief men went down to the rock to David, into the cave of Adullam, and the host of the Philistines were encamped in the valley of Rephaim. David was then in the stronghold, and the garrison of the Philistines was then in Bethlehem. David longed and said, "Oh, that one would give me water to drink of the well of Bethlehem which is by the gate." The 3 broke through the host of the Philistines, and drew water out of the well of Bethlehem that was by the gate, and took it and brought it to David. But David would not drink of it, but poured it out to the Lord, and said, "My God forbid me that I should do this. Shall I drink the blood of these men who have put their lives in jeopardy? For with the jeopardy of their lives they brought it." Therefore he would not drink it. These things did the 3 mighty men. Abishai, the brother of Joab, he was chief of the 3, for he lifted up his spear against 300 and killed them, and had a name among the 3. Of the 3, he was more honorable than the 2, and was made their captain. However, he didn't attain to the first 3. Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, the son of a valiant man of Kabzeel, who had done mighty deeds, he killed the 2 sons of Ariel of Moab. He went down also and killed a lion in the midst of a pit in the time of snow. He killed an Egyptian, a man of great stature, 5 cubits high, and in the Egyptian's hand was a spear like a weaver's beam, and he went down to him with a staff, and plucked the spear out of the Egyptian's hand, and killed him with his own spear. These things did Benaiah the son of Jehoiada, and had a name among the 3 mighty men. Behold, he was more honorable than the 30, but didn't attain to the first 3, and David set him over his guard. Also the mighty men of the armies, Asahel the brother of Joab, Elhanan the son of Dodo of Bethlehem, Shammoth the Harorite, Helez the Pelonite, Ira the son of Ikesh the Tekoite, Abiezer the Anothathite, Shibkai the Hushathite, Eli the Ahohite, Maharai the Netophathite, Heled the son of Bana the Netophathite, Ithai the son of Ribai of Gibeah, of the children of Benjamin, Benaiah the Peranothite, Hurai of the brooks of Gash, Abiel the Abarthite, Azameth the Baharumite, Eliba the Shalbanite, the sons of Hashem the Gizonite, Jonathan the son of Shagi the Harite, Ahiam the son of Sakar the Hararite, Eliphal the son of Hefer the Macherathite, Ahijah the Pelonite, Hezro the Carmelite, Nari the son of Ezbai, Joel the brother of Nathan, Mibhar the son of Hagri, Zelek the Ammonite, Naharai the Berothite, the armor-bearer of Joab, the son of Zeruiah, Ira the Ithrite, Gareb the Ithrite, Uriah the Hittite, Zabad the son of Halai, Adonah the son of Shiza the Reubenite, a chief of the Reubenites, and 30 with him, Hanan the son of Makkah, and Joshaphat the Mithnite, Uzziah the Ashtarothite, Shammah and Jael the sons of Hotham the Arorite, Jediel the son of Shimri, and Joah his brother the Tizite, Eliel the Mahavite, Jerubai and Josaphi the sons of Elnam, and Ithma the Moabite, Eliel and Obad, and Jasiel the Mezobite. Chapter 12. Now these are those who came to David to Ziklag, while he yet kept himself close because of Saul the son of Kish, and they were among the mighty men, his helpers in war. They were armed with bows, and could use both the right hand and the left in slinging stones, and in shooting arrows from the bow. They were of Saul's brothers of Benjamin. The chief was Ahiezer, then Joash, the sons of Shema the Gibbethite, and Jeziel and Pelet, the sons of Azamatheth, and Barakah, and Jehu the Anothathite, and Ishmaiah the Gibeonite, a mighty man among the 30, and over the 30, and Jeremiah, and Jahaziel, and Johanan, and Jozabad the Gederathite, Eluzai, and Jeremoth, and Beliah, and Shemariah, and Shephatiah the Haruphite, Elkanah, and Ishiah, and Azarel, and Joazar, and Jeshobeam, the Korahites, and Joelah, and Zebadiah, the sons of Jeroham of Gedor. Of the Gadites there separated themselves to David to the stronghold in the wilderness, mighty men of valor, men trained for war, that could handle shield and spear, whose faces were like the faces of lions, and they were as swift as the roes on the mountains. Ezer the chief, Obadiah the second, Eliab the third, Mishmanah the fourth, Jeremiah the fifth, Attai the sixth, Eliel the seventh, Johanan the eighth, Elzabad the ninth, Jeremiah the 10th, Machbani the 11th. These of the sons of Gad were captains of the host. He who was the least was equal to 100, and the greatest to 1,000. These are those who went over the Jordan in the first month, when it had overflowed all its banks, and they put to flight all them of the valleys, both toward the east and toward the west. There came of the children of Benjamin and Judah to the stronghold to David. David went out to meet them and answered them, If you come peaceably to me to help me, my heart shall be knit to you. But if you have come to betray me to my adversaries, seeing there is no wrong in my hands, the God of our fathers look thereon and rebuke it. Then the Spirit came on Amasai, who was chief of the 30, and he said, We are yours, David, and on your side, you son of Jesse. Peace, peace be to you, and peace be to your helpers, for your God helps you. Then David received them, and made them captains of the band. Of Manasseh also there fell away some to David when he came with the Philistines against Saul to battle. But they didn't help them, for the lords of the Philistines sent him away after consultation, saying, He will fall away to his master Saul to the jeopardy of our heads. As he went to Ziklag, there fell to him of Manasseh, Adnah, and Jozabad, and Jediel, and Michael, and Jozabad, and Elihu, and Zelathai, captains of thousands who were of Manasseh. They helped David against the band of rovers, for they were all mighty men of valor, and were captains in the host. For from day to day men came to David to help him, until there was a great host like the host of God. These are the numbers of the heads of those who were armed for war, who came to David to Hebron, to turn the kingdom of Saul to him, according to the word of the Lord. The children of Judah who bore shield and spear were 6,800, armed for war. Of the children of Simeon, mighty men of valor for the war, 7,100. Of the children of Levi, 4,600. Jehoiada was the leader of the house of Aaron, and with him were 3,700. And Zadok, a young man mighty of valor, and his father's house, 22 captains. Of the children of Benjamin, the brothers of Saul, 3,000. For hitherto the greatest part of them had kept their allegiance to the house of Saul. Of the children of Ephraim, 20,800, mighty men of valor, famous men in their fathers' houses. Of the half-tribe of Manasseh, 18,000, who were mentioned by name, to come and make David king. Of the children of Issachar, men who had understanding of the times, to know what Israel ought to do. The heads of them were 200, and all their brothers were at their commandment. Of Zebulun, such as were able to go out in the host, who could set the battle in array, with all manner of instruments of war, 50,000, and who could order the battle, and were not of double heart. Of Naphtali 1,000 captains, and with them shield and spear, 37,000. Of the Danites, who could set the battle in array, 28,600. Of Asher, such as were able to go out in the host, who could set the battle in array, 40,000. On the other side of the Jordan, of the Reubenites and the Gadites, and of the half-tribe of Manasseh, with all manner of instruments of war for the battle, 120,000. All these being men of war who could order the battle array, came with a perfect heart to Hebron to make David king over all Israel, and all the rest also of Israel were of one heart to make David king. They were there with David 3 days, eating and drinking, for their brothers had made preparation for them. Moreover, those who were near to them, even as far as Issachar and Zebulun and Naphtali, bought bread on donkeys, and on camels, and on mules, and on oxen, food of meal, cake of figs, and clusters of raisins, and wine, and oil, and oxen, and sheep in abundance, for there was joy in Israel.